Hello, long time no see. My hair is a little longer and curlier than it was before, and this background might look a little different than it did a year ago, but I wanted to make this video as sort of a check-in to the state of Tofu to kind of keep you all updated in terms of what's going on and what I'm currently working on. Starting off, we're still in the same 13 by 13 square apartment room, but I changed the approach to be more form and function. The biggest change is I took out all the foam paneling from the adjacent walls and replaced them with wood slats, mainly, and I did this for a couple of reasons. One, I love walnut. It's a very pleasing wood to look at. Two, as much as I love the sound treatment that the foam provided, it wasn't very uniform in the applications since the panels were exactly square and that kind of bothered my OCD. Three, the panels collect a lot of dust, and considering I'm sitting here for 10 hours a day, it's probably not the best thing for my health since none of the windows open. And finally, four, I lost about 3 inches width and depth just because of how thick the panels are, and we will get to that in a second. Moving on to my workstation, since it's kind of the only thing here at the moment, I didn't really make that many changes to it. I just overall tidied it up. The most notable changes is that I downsized from the behemoth of a 49-inch monitor to the 32-inch LG OLED. I kept the foam paneling on this wall only to be more of like an accent to break from the brown and black color scheme from the others, and I changed my webcam to a Fujifilm X106. Like I said, not super drastic changes. I just wanted to make this place a little more inviting and focused area, as opposed to the chaotic mess that it was before. Shifting over to the shelf side, it's still basically a work in progress, and I guess addressing the elephant in the room first, half the stuff isn't even mine, and that's because my girlfriend Helen is moving in, which sparked this entire room remodel in the first place because I wanted to create a more comfortable space for her and Quince, and like a working environment-wise. So that involved moving out like the futon, the end tables, all the random dingbats here and there, and even most of my keyboards. I basically just have my Toper boards left since that's primarily what I use. But yeah, I have my 2 guitars mounted that I primarily use for jam sessions and shows. And Helen and I have a couple more pieces of furniture that are going to sort of fill up the space here. And speaking of filling space, this is basically where Helen's desk's gonna go. She has a really long one that I'm kind of dreading moving because it's so heavy. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the overall updated room tour. This is currently filmed on Helen's desk at the moment, but shifting to talk about sort of what I'm working on and what's going on, I think it would be an understatement to say that my content has been lacking for the past couple months, and that's mainly due in part to 3 things. One, I started a new job, which has been so much more demanding in terms of allowing me to film during daylight hours. 2, a lot of my post-work hours are being eaten up by new projects that started this year. I'm co-developing a health and wellness app, and I started a creative brand agency with a couple of old car friends for brand design and apparel and soft goods and things like that. And 3, keyboards just don't have the same spark for me anymore. I sort of fell off once the B-Sun HMX craze kicked in, and I switched from MX to Topra, and I think at this point I'm only waiting on 2 more boards to fulfill, with the Norbauer Seneca being one of them. I'm not necessarily stepping away from keyboards, it just really hasn't been a top priority, and nor has it been for the past couple months. At least from a creation perspective, I'm kind of tapped out in terms of what I can do to make an emotional pull from a rectangle that sits on your desk. But it's not like I don't enjoy making content. I still have a lot of work left to do on the Teja Norbauer side, and I really want to fulfill my obligations there. It's just a matter of what I'm going to do with this channel and what just essentially what I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to shift to more slice of tofu stuff like I've been doing on my Instagram, or if I would just want to do something completely different. Engagement can take a dive for all I care. I've never been too concerned about the numbers for the most part. It's just I want to make content that I enjoy making. So yeah, I just ask that y'all are patient with me in terms of while I figure out this transitionary phase and hopefully work dies down and things like that. But if you're here just to see keyboard content, frankly speaking, I probably won't be posting as much, so I apologize on that front if that's what you're looking for. If there's anything you are interested in seeing, keyboard related or not, please let me know. I am more than happy to take suggestions. I'll probably also still be around in the keyboard space, just not as prominent as I was before for the most part. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good one. Hopefully this was enjoyable to some aspect, and I will see y'all soon for the most part, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, take care.